Whew. All right, looks like I'm online and live, maybe. Hopefully y'all can see me. If you can, hi. I missed last week because it was Thanksgiving and I was not at home. Yes, I am live. Cool. Now, go away. Live chat, make sure this works. Yeah, all right, that kind of works. Whew. We tell the chat we're here. Hey, Sandra. Welcome, welcome. Man. Yeah, there's some people. Hey, Rick. Hey, Brian. Sorry about the delay getting started. I came back into my office. I was outside putting up Christmas lights, and I come back inside, and like a lot of stuff from my desk is strewn all over. I blame the cats because that's the only people that are here, the only things available. But friggin' cats messing up my desk. There were Lego minifigs all over the place. The pins are all over. My keyboard was on caps lock. You know, whatever. So, good times. Good times. Nomad, Brian, levitating old man. I like that. That's good. It's almost Christmas. I'm putting up lights. Staring right into the sun. The sun is right there, as you know. This is also the front of my house. I was putting up lights on the porch, and I'm like trying to do this, and the sun is hitting me in the eyeballs. Man, there's nothing that makes me much more salty than being hit in the eyeballs with too much light. Man, do I hate that. So, you know, that's great. So, I don't know, be entertaining because I'm a little salty. Hey, Jesse. Hello, rude. Also, since I've been gone, I don't really have any... Well, I don't know. I guess I've been gone, like, this is what, 2 weeks have gone by since the last stream. So, technically a lot of stuff has shown up, but y'all have already probably seen that on unboxings. I went on to just, like, a mad spree of unboxing because I got, like, I don't know, 4 boxes or something in the same day. And so I just made a bunch of unboxers. So you've seen a bunch of those. I only actually have one new thing. Hey, Fergal Shortall. I only have one new thing, and that's this. I won a seed. This is one of the Notco seed cases. This is A6, I believe. And this is a nicer case than I thought it was going to be. I kind of hadn't bought one because I'd never seen one, and the ones I saw kind of wrinkly or whatever. But with the Hobonichi in here, this is the perfect size. It's got a couple of little pin slots here in the inside, and if you put pins in there, then it fills it out even more. So this cute little pockety thing here. It's kind of a weird pocket because it overlaps, but that's kind of cool. A little card in the back. That's actually where I won it from. I won it from Well Appointed Desk. Anna Reinert sent me an email, and she was like, "Hey, I can't believe it, but you won." That's actually, I think, is that the second time? It might be the second time ever I've won something. So that was pretty dope, and now I have something to put my Hobonichi in. So that's kind of the only thing I've gotten pen-wise that I haven't posted anything about, because I just got it the other day when I got back from Knoxville for Thanksgiving. And it's the end of the semester, so I got to keep this kind of short and sweet today. We probably won't go more than an hour, so, you know. Will that fit in the back pocket, or is it too big? I'm going to say it's, well, with the Hobonichi, I'm going to say it's probably too big. It is an A5 or A6 size, and it's kind of thick with the Hobonichi. If I took the Hobonichi out, it might be a little slimmer, but I don't know. Maybe too big for a back pocket, unless you have giant back pockets. So, y'all remember like Jinko jeans from back in the day? This would fit in a Jinko jeans, but otherwise, no, probably not. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, it's about today's the 1st, so exactly 1 month of 1 month of beard. That was in regard to the pencil comment. I threatened to get on the BYOB podcast and just scream whenever somebody mentioned pencils, but yeah, if you have cargo shorts, I guess that would totally work in the cargo shorts, but I'm not wearing those today, so I can't check. But yeah, it would fit in cargo shorts. It would be really heavy and weird, like slam against your leg all the time. I don't think it'd be a good idea. That would work. Hey, Kevin, happy Friday to you too. I'm so glad it's Friday, although it doesn't really matter because it's now finals time. As you know, I'm a college professor, and so that means that I have lots of stuff to do. Kind of a crazy amount of stuff to do. Oh, Sarah, are those types of pencils? I don't even know. I don't even know. Um, Mitsubishi, yeah, it seems like a place that makes cool cars. I remember the Eclipse was kind of a dope car back in the day, although I like the Talon better. Y'all remember then the Plymouth Laser? The Laser was dope. But, you know, just got a clear 823. Oh, that sounds cool. I haven't got an 823 yet. Figure out what to ink it with. I don't know. Ink it with something you're happy with, because that's a crap load of space, I think. Hey, I do actually have a mechanical pencil, and I've been meaning to review this. Maybe I'm not sure if I'll do a full-on like teardown review or not, but this is a pencil I got a little while ago, and y'all saw an unboxing from it a week before last, I suppose. This is the Modern Fuel 2.0 pencil, and I've been playing with it a lot. I've taken this thing all the way down to just pieces, because you can. This is very take-apartable, and this is, you know, 0.9 millimeter lead, so a big fat lead, which I kind of like, actually. If I'm going to use a pencil, I want it to be, I don't know, kind of fat, I guess. But I still don't like writing in pencil. This is a very nice pencil, but I don't use pencils much. It doesn't make me happy to see I don't like the way pencil looks on the page, and that really irritates me. Here's a cool thing that it does, though, and that's that this is pretty well seamless. So this is a stainless steel pencil, but there's where the seam is. I love it when you have these sort of minimalist things, and you can make the seams disappear. I think that's super cool. I actually didn't even know there was a seam there, or that this nose cone came off. Yeah, this is a pencil. But yeah, do check this out. I think the Kickstarter is definitely ended by now. And I took this to trivia the other night. My friend Chris, who is a super good friend of mine, does sometimes use pencils. I got him a Retro 51, what do they call it, hexamatic ballpoint, because he really likes that kind of like, I don't know, minimalist or like super industrial aesthetic. And I pulled this one out, and he was like, oh, from across the table, which is awesome, because Chris never gives a crap about the pencils and stuff. But he's got a Rotring 600 pencil, he's got the hexamatic ballpoint, and he really liked the Modern Fuel. What did put him off, though, was the price. He was like, I'd pay $50 for this, but these go for $80 on the Kickstarter, and the Mizrip is like $120, so very expensive for a mechanical pencil. The cool thing about this one is that you can use a hex key. If you can see down in there, you probably can't. You use a hex key, and with that hex key, you can just disassemble this whole thing. You take the mechanism all out, you unscrew this and take like the pieces out and all that kind of jazz, and you can put in any size internals that you like. So this is the 0.9 millimeter. They've also got a 5 and a 7. So that's kind of cool, and it's all metal construction. There's nothing in here that's not metal aside from the eraser and the graphite. Everything else is just solid stainless steel, which is kind of dope. And you can get it in what is it, brass, bronze, and titanium as well. So that's kind of cool. And that's what I've got to say about these. Also, this sleeve, this cork sleeve, is super cool. I really dig it. So anyway, that's as pencily as we get here on the old Inkdependence cast. Let's see, smoke colored 823. The smoke is pretty cool. I actually like the brown. I wish it wasn't brown and gold, but I do like the brown pretty well. I think it's neat. Yeah, the tactile turn pens are like that, Jim. That's true. Although this one looks like, it might look like it's textured, but it's actually not. Like that's just machining remnants. He didn't polish it smooth. It's kind of a rough polish, but not polish. What do you call it? Anyway, you can see like the machine marks just a little bit, but it feels totally smooth. So that's cool. Zoop. All right, I got to send this one back to that dude. So, you know. Recommendations for 2mm lead holders? I don't know. Somebody in the chat will have to help you with that. I know nothing about any of that. It is not my jam. At least pencils are cheap, though. Yeah, I mean, they are, but if you like pencils, go ahead. I mean, let a million flowers bloom, but I still don't like them. Do I have any experience with Faber-Castell or Graf from Faber-Castell? And would you recommend them? I have experience with the regular old Faber-Castell. I actually have, I think I might have every model of pen that they make in the Faber-Castell line. And I do like almost all of them, actually. The Ambition doesn't really have a section to it, and I don't really love that. But the nibs on the regular Faber-Castells are great. The Graf from Faber-Castells I've heard great things about, but they are way out of my price range. They are very expensive. That's the difference. The Graf comes with, you know, gold nibs and their fancier hardware and fancier clips and all that stuff, but it is really expensive if you ask me. Hey, Oscar the Enthusiast. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Over at birthday, not trying to kill all day. Oh, you mean today? Oh, you mean with the podcast? I see. Yeah. Welcome to the funhouse. Yeah. Be a good BYOB rant. What about pencils? Oh, I just hate them. I don't know if I want to rant about it because people love it. It's not my. I don't enjoy anything about pencils. I dislike almost everything about them. So I don't know. I got a bunch of pencils from Secret Santa. That sounds cool, but I don't know. Give them to school kids. That's who uses pencils, or mathematicians, or engineers, maybe architects. I don't know. Not Mike's. I don't use pencils. Caran d'Ache is a bit like Graf and Faber-Castell. They've got the same, kind of price point, I think. But, basic Graf and Faber-Castell looks like a fancier Ambition. I don't know. The cap is way fancier, and they have a section, so it's not quite the same. But yeah, from the outside, they look a bit like that. I've got one here, just so we know what we're talking about here. Oh, my Ambition is not in this case. That's too bad. Let's see. Well, I don't see it immediately here, so maybe Audrey has it, actually. That could be the case. Sometimes she uses that Ambition. Or it could be the cat stole it while it was on my desk, strewing my my Lego minifigs all over the place. Jerks. Yeah, I don't have the Ambition right here. I'm not sure where it is, so can't show you. Anyway, yeah, Faber-Castell for sure. The regular ones with the steel nibs are all great. I've been seeing a couple of reviews lately from people who've just gotten them, and they're saying that the nibs are kind of dry, which is exactly opposite everybody else's experience that I've ever heard before. And all of mine, and I've probably got 7 or 8 of the darn things, they all use the same style of nib, and they're all very wet. That's characteristic. So, I don't know, maybe they've changed something, but I like them a lot. I like them a lot. The graphic. How was Thanksgiving? It was great. I went to my my wife's family's place out in Tennessee. We don't go to Knoxville all that often. It's actually been a year since we've been there, I think. I don't think we went during the summer, but yeah, it's really good. It's it's fun in that town. Really, I don't really have any problems. Now they moved to a different house right before we got there last year, and so I couldn't find their place on a map if you paid me. I couldn't find it. If I'm driving around, it's just a maze of housing area back there. But it's nice. The drive out there is really easy. Audrey's mom cooks really well, and she cooks like for an army every single time. So that's neat. Oh, let's see. Beers Looking Fierce. Thanks, bro. 2 organic studio inks from Secret Santa, Walden and Nitrogen. Huh. I haven't gotten an organic studio ink in a while. I kind of swore them off. There's too. Maybe they've gotten better, so maybe I should look back into it. I hear these super sheening monster ones are kind of cool, but I don't know. Kind of lost favor with those, or they lost favor with me, I suppose is the way to put it. Are their nibs made in house? Or are they standard number 5 or 6 nibs? I think maybe they make their own nibs. Let me grab one and take the nib out. I don't think they fit in other pens. Let's see. So this is an Ondoro, the smoked oak Ondoro. There's the nib. That's what the nib looks like. They don't look like any other nibs. The feeds look a little bit like Yovo. Oh, they're Yovo? See, the interesting thing is they've got this little crosshatch. Can you see? I don't know if you can see it. Let me put it up against something with contrast. There's a little bit of cross-hatching. There you go. Just at the point of the feed. And I haven't seen that on any of them, which is kind of interesting. Graf and Faber-Castell is Bach, and Faber-Castell uses Yovo. That's kind of weird, because they are the same company. Anyway, yeah, it looks like these are Yovo nibs, and Jim's concurring, so I believe it. Let me see what this might fit in. This is a Franklin Christoph 27. 27? Yeah, 27. This uses a number 5 Yovo. Looks about the same. Let's see if this fits. I wanted a pen cleaning jag a little while ago and cleaned some pens for Audrey. Let's see if this fits in there. Ha! Yep, you can totally put that in there. So if you get a Faber-Castell nib and you really like the nib, or you really like a Franklin Christoph nib, or any of these other Yovo number 5s, it's a Yovo 5. So there you go. Never tried that before, but totally works. Check it out for yourself. So that's neat. Hey Bradley, welcome to the stream. Good afternoon indeed. Very happy that people are joining me on this stream. I was in a salty mood starting out today because, man, it's annoying. But, you know, to put up Christmas lights and stare into the sun and, ugh. I love Christmas lights and I love putting them up, but I didn't get an early enough start today because I was dealing with some school stuff. Now I had to do it staring into the sun, so good times. They're definitely customized. It looks like they might customize the feed, too, because I've never seen a feed like that. But their feeds are very wet and I like them. So, anywho, that's cool. I'm glad I learned a thing. I like that. Do I have a Conid? I do not have a Conid. I don't. That is on my list of pens that I would love to have, but are way too expensive. I can't justify the cost because, like, the Minimalistica is pretty cool. But I saw Fig Boot's new Conid the other day at Pen Club. I guess it was like a month ago at Pen Club, and it was great. He's got like a transparent titanium king size, beautiful pen. Why don't I have one, Fire Dog? Because holy shit, they're expensive. It's like $1,000, man. I'm way too cheap for that. What do I do with empty ink bottles? I don't really do anything with the empty ink bottles. Audrey picked this one up for me at a pen show a few months ago. I think this might have been San Fran or something. And it's still got ink in it. I've never done anything with it. But I don't do anything with them. I just keep them in my cabinet. I don't know. If you really like the bottle, you could use it as an inkwell. Just pour the ink from whatever bottle it's in into that. Now, if you get some of the Australian inks, some of the Australian inks will come in a bag. So, like, Toucan used to come in a bag. Califolio, which is French, comes in a bag, and so you can just take that bag and just pour it in. Actually, that's a good idea. I might do that with this bottle. Get one of those Califolio bags and pour it in here, but it's kind of cool. He did get a king size, and it's awesome. Do I want a Minimalistica? Yeah, I think the Minimalistica is a very cool pen. But it's still $400, at least. And man, $400 is a lot of money. So the only pens I have in that range are my Kanalea, and I've got a Pelican M1000 around here, and an 800, but I didn't buy the 800, so it doesn't really count. And the M1000 I got for a good price. So, but $400 is real painful for me. It's not that I can't afford it, I guess, but for some reason, I'm like, too many numbers there for me. So, anyway, they tend to burp, huh? I haven't heard that, but, you know, that would suck. An IV your pen. They do look like those little, like, IV bags a little bit, except they're opaque, but they're the same, like, general. You know what they remind me of are platypus bags. I used to use those when I would go hiking and stuff. They're these like collapsible, like thick gauge plastic bags. But I used to use that. Oh, you're expecting your new first child, huh? In May. Congratulations, Eric. That sounds great. New fountain pen users. What if you're so into fountain pens that your kid's like, "Buh, pens are gross, only digital." I haven't heard anything about airlocks, but I don't know. I know that some of them you have to unscrew the back because they have that kind of system like the VAC pens sometimes do, but I don't know. Capri Sun, yeah, like big Capri Suns, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so congrats, man. Congrats. Yeah, don't tell Ralph that. Oh, man. Y'all, dude, don't drink ink. It's bad. Don't put it in your face. It's for pens and paper. It's not for faces. Don't put it on your face. Don't do it. You might be like, but I can totally put it on my face. Don't put it on your face. That's what I'm telling you. Don't do that. All right, let me get rid of some windows back here. I was being distracted by incoming emails. Emails never end at this time of the semester. You've got people asking about grades and people asking about assignments and people asking about all the things. People trying to get into your class for the next semester. It's a whole shenanigans. Yep. Juice boxes. Well, not juice boxes, but juice bags anyway. Yeah. Yeah. One thing I'm discovering while I'm trying to put up lights is that some of the lights I bought last year, I should have gotten twice as many. I got some of these snowflakes that you hang, and I only got half as many as I should have. Aziza has drunken. She has consumed ink in the past, but she stopped a couple of years ago because she had a bad experience. And I don't know what that means, but I hope she didn't end up in the hospital. She lived, so that's good, but she doesn't drink ink anymore, so, you know, don't do it. What classes do I teach? Right now I'm teaching all business ethics classes. I'm a philosophy professor, and so I teach a lot of ethics, applied ethics. I'm doing a class in social and political philosophy next semester, you know, that kind of stuff. So, yep, that's my jam. Really into it. I signed up for a winter session course this semester. Well, this winter, I guess, and it overlaps on both sides with fall and spring, so I'm going to be a little bit busy. It starts in like a week. So I probably ought to do something about that, but not a big deal. It's a class I've taught before online. Cat loves the ink water. So I keep this little, y'all seen this before in videos and stuff. This is I want to say it's probably a candle holder, but it was labeled as an inkwell, and so my dad got it for me. And I keep it filled up with water that you probably can barely see shaking in there, but I use it for chromatography videos, and I also use it if I have ink or pens that are like a little bit stubborn. Like I keep, I don't know, 30 or 40 pens inked up most of the time, and so sometimes I won't use one for a week or so, and so I'll be a little reluctant to start, and I'll just dip the tip in there and then wipe it off, and away I'll go. Speaking of pens I haven't used in a couple of days, you want to see some ink funk? Here is some ink funk. Look at that. This is my St. Dupont Ellipses, or Ellipsis, and that is Monteverde's Olivine. This has not happened in any of the other pens I've had Olivine in, but this, for your edification, is not fungus. It is not dangerous. There's nothing biological going on here. This is just, it's just, I don't know, you ever do that thing in, I don't know, middle school or something maybe where you grow crystals, like salt crystals or sugar crystals on a rope? That's what this is. This is just crystallization due to evaporation. So not a big deal. All you got to do is just take it, boom, wipe it off. This thing works perfectly now. And I think it's got to be because I tuned this pen to be a little bit wetter than it was before. And I think the cap seal is not great. And so it just evaporates a little bit. But it's not a big deal. It does happen if I don't use it for a day or two. But, you know, it's only a little annoying. So don't be freaked out if you see that on your nib. It's probably fine. It's not fungus or anything. Let's see. What ink did that? That was Olivine from Monteverde. But really, this can happen with any green, orange, yellow, red. All those inks will do it. And I want to say it's probably the yellow component because you don't see it from blacks, or at least I never have. I haven't ever seen it from a blue. It's always been greens, reds, oranges, that kind of thing. But it happens with a lot of those if you have it in a pen with a bad cap seal with good flow, because it gives the ink enough chance to evaporate and form the crystals. But it's just crystals. It's not a big deal. Like if I dip that in the water over here, the water just turned green immediately because it would turn back into ink. So not a big deal. It does look crusty, but it's not a big deal. Don't get on your fingers because you'll have a lot. That's actually that's like 2 or 3 drops of ink probably. I don't know. School needs to change your scheduling in that case. Oh, yeah, I don't know why it overlaps. Really because they're only online, and so it's not a big deal. But also, I think we're starting a week earlier than we usually do in the spring. I don't know why, but it's annoying because it means we start the week before the Philadelphia show and not immediately after, which would be better. But what are you going to do? Start some Maymester courses right after spring semester. Yeah, we've got Maymesters. Wait, do we have Maymesters? I think they call them mini sessions or something, but yeah, we have a thing like that. This one actually starts the day before. The day before? Yeah, I think the day before that grades are due, but it's fine. Super saturated? I mean, yeah, so the crust is, but the rest of it's just regular old ink. Yeah, it's stress, but, you know, we sign up for it. It's fine. Not a big deal. I like this olivine ink too. I've got it in several pens right now and I dig it. Do I ever eject ink from a pen back into its original container when cleaning it out? Yeah, I can do that. Also, I'm pretty clean with that stuff, but I've never had any problem with growing bad stuff in inks. I think I've had that happen one time. I found that in ink, but it wasn't an ink I was using. It was an ink that had never been used, so, you know, not a big deal. I like their Sapphire Ink. I haven't used Sapphire yet. I don't have most of the gemstone ones yet for some reason. They came out a little bit after I got them all. It is rough on professors, but whatever. You don't want to sign up for to teach a Maymaster or teach a winter session, don't do it. But it's not a big deal. Diamine teal in your Visconti. Yep. That's what it was. It's not the palladium nib necessarily. It probably means that your cap seal isn't great on that Homo sapiens there, Jake. And it means that probably that nib is pretty wet. If you tune a PD nib right, it's pretty wet. So that's probably all it is. I wouldn't worry about it. About to dump some back into a sample? Yeah, go for it, man. I do that all the time, actually, because I don't often finish a whole... I don't know, that's not true. But a lot of times after I'm done with a review or something, I'll put the ink back in the bottle or back in the sample vial just because I've done the review, I got to move on and clean that pen and put a new thing in there. So it happens all the time. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Michelle, I must have missed it. Do you have any clogging issues with... Oh, I can't answer that. I've never tried it. I haven't had any issues with the very sheeny inks clogging. I've used a lot of the Robert Oasters, and those are very sheeny, no problems. I've used a lot of Sailors. Some of those have pretty good sheen. I've never had those problems. The only ones that have clogged up on me with any kind of severity are glittery inks, but that's fine. Are there any flowing problems with the Honeycomb? Because it seems to be watery somehow. I don't know what you mean there, G. No, I haven't had any problems with it. I've been using it in a couple of pens. Right now I've got it right in front of me. I've got it in a 40 with a flex nib. I got to do a review for that. I haven't had time. I've been snowed under. Hopefully I'll probably do some soon just to be just as a way of procrastinating to not grade. So, you know. But yeah, FC Honeycomb has no problems with flow as far as I can tell. I'm liking it a lot. Forgot a pen issue with a stub nib. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had any problems with Walden. Well, I haven't done Walden Pond, but I haven't had trouble with any of those. They seem fine. But if it is a very tight nib or a very like dry feed, yeah, you could have problems potentially because it's kind of saturated most of the time. So maybe that's it. But if you're trying to figure out if there's a problem with a nib, put some Aurora Black in there. And if it runs, then your nib is okay. Maybe just a little bit on the dry side. So, you know, that. Oh, I've been using this thing a lot, which is... Wait, should I get rid of this? I can leave that in there. This is the case that comes on this Jabun Techo. And... I have been using this front pocket. I'm trying to organize some speakers for a UNCG speaker series. I've got little note cards here in the front, which I think are fun. I use those for various kinds of things. I've been using this. I put a little bit of washi tape in there. One of the things about this Techo is that there's not a whole lot of room on each day. So if you look at the numbers, those are like hours basically, so you can block out a day. It's very nice for scheduling, but it also means if you're going to use washi tape, it'll take this is a thin washi tape that comes out of this little ass dispenser, and that takes up about an hour each way. So, you know, maybe it's not as great for decorating, or maybe I need to use stamps or something instead of tape. But you know, that's this has been a really good notebook so far. I'm really liking it. It's kind of thick, but the cover seems nice. The arrangement of the stuff in there is good. So yeah, I like this Techo thing. So if you're on the fence about getting one of those to journal or to use as a planner, I would say get it. It's cool. Let's see. Out of curiosity, does FC allow visits? Yeah, they do. They like you to schedule them ahead of time because they don't really have a storefront. But you can go and visit. Just send their customer service email an email and say, "Hey, I'm going to be in town this day. Can I come visit?" They're super busy on Mondays, and they're pretty busy on Friday too. So if you can come during the middle of the week during regular old business hours, they'll be there. And a lot of times they'll have time. It just depends. But yeah, they do that. Yeah. And it's a cool place to visit. I haven't been there in a long time, actually. It's been, I don't remember the last time I was there. Last time I went to a pen show with them, I guess. Anyway, it's been a long time. So, you know. Let's see. Tried Sailor Kobe 56 and still clogged. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the Kobe ink names or numbers. I'm really bad at that. Whoa, hi, Mr. Nose. This is a cat who thinks that he belongs on video. This is a very tight quarters, buddy. But yeah, I guess an Aurora Black. That'll do it. Aurora Black, not blue. Blue is very dry. And purple, you won't like it. At least not for this. You'll like the purple, but it's dry. You don't want want it for that. But the black is very different. Recommendations for pen trays, not the ones for storing dozens of pens, but like the ones found in the Mont Blanc. The Mont Blanc Moon Pearl pen? I don't know what that means. Douchiant, if you could. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's like. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what you mean. Sorry. What is washi tape? It's like colored or designed masking tape, basically. It's a paper tape that's real popular in Japan. I use it for decorating stuff. It's cool. Yeah, cigar boxes do make really good pen boxes. And you get those trays from, shoot. I don't remember. There's a source out there for really good, nice pen trays. And they're like, I don't know, $5 or $6 for a big piece that you cut to fit whatever you want. It's going to be a star. Mr. Nose. Mr. Nose is a star with everyone who meets him. Even if people hate cats, they end up liking Mr. Nose because he is a super likable cat. Oh, you want to say something? Come on, talking to the mic. Talking to the mic. Well. Yeah, the purple ink doesn't bother me so much. Like, it's just a little bit violet. It's not blue though. I don't know why it's called blue, because it's definitely not. But there you go. But the problem is for me that it's too dry. It's way too dry. Yeah, go pens. I gotta write it down that on a post-it note. I got these fun post-it notes that they're like narrow at the top and they're on this whole string of them. I really like these. All right, I'm going to write this on a Post-it note because I constantly forget what the name of it is. But yeah, Go Pens is pretty good. Hey, Angel. Welcome, welcome. GoPens.com for pen trays. I remember that website being kind of elementary, but it's functional for sure. So, yeah. They have good pen trays and stuff. I see them at the Philly show, and I always forget to come home with pen trays. I don't know how I forget, but I did. I'll get some though this year. Yeah, dry inks have their uses. I mean, you'll like them if you're using a Pelican or something, but otherwise, it's not my jam. I like them wet, saturated, that kind of stuff. You know, I saw that soundproofing foam stuff, and I was searching for it on eBay, or on not eBay, but on Amazon, and it's not expensive. But I am worried about the off-gassing from that plastic stuff. I know that can bond with and change the structure of some pens, so I don't know. I'm a little leery of it, but you know, I hope it doesn't happen to you. Hey, Tom. Welcome, welcome. Am I going to Philly? I'm probably going to Philly. As I said, it is the week right after school starts. So it depends. And it also depends on whether Franklin Christoph is willing to wait for me. Because it is a long drive and I don't get out of class until about 3:30. So I can't get there before like, I don't know, 4:30. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I hope so, but I don't know. We'll see. See you later, Eric. Take care. Kaizen foam. I don't have any idea what Kaizen foam is, but that'll go on the list of things for me to look up today. Yeah, I don't think it's a matter of smelling it, Michelle. I think it's just like any plastic will off gas, and so that's why it could bond to other stuff. But where'd that cut? Kaizen. I'll check it out. 'Cause, yeah, I have been looking for something like that, but I've got mine mostly in like this old school display over here, and then I've got them strewn across my desk, and I have a Franklin Christoph like pen box that I really dig. I've got a bunch of different sort of pen display things, but none of them have plastic on the inside, so it's, I don't know. Montblanc Moon Pearl comes with a wee wooden pen tray made to keep on your desk. Huh. Let me see this thing. Moon Pearl. I don't even know what the Moon Pearl is. Huh. Well, that's a pretty pen. Let's see this tray. Oh. Oh, it's like a single pen thing. Oh, I see what you're talking about here. Yeah, no, that is not what anybody's been suggesting. So, who makes a thing like that? I have this, which is sort of similar to that. This was made by Jonathan Brooks of the Carolina Pen Company. Holds your pen like this. It's not exactly the same, but kind of close. And I know there's another maker who makes things like that. Shoot. Fisher of Pens uses a thing like that. You might look at Fisher of Pens. I don't know if he sells the pen rests, but maybe. But yeah, no, that's not what I was thinking of at all. So definitely check that out, folks, if you haven't seen the Moon Pearl box. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Let's see. You're going to buy the giant bottle of Pilot Blue Black? That's a solid choice. Pilot Blue Black is really nice. I've got a smaller bottle, and I like it. The kind of like, circular bottle with the flat bottoms. I think it's cool. Had it for almost a year now in your pens. And no problems? Okay, well, that's good. Opinions about Diatramentus inks. I used to use those all the time, and I haven't in a while. I've got a few in my queue up here, actually, that I need to use. And, yeah, but I've liked the ones I've used. Do be careful with these scented ones, though, because some of those scents are really strong, and some of them just linger forever. Like, Diatramentus Sandalwood was stuck to my Lamy necks for like 6 months after I cleaned it out. It was so bad I had to rinse it out of the pen. Way too expensive. Too expensive. Just see the new hotel for Philadelphia. Very expensive with $30 a day parking and $13 a day Wi-Fi. I didn't know there was going to be a different hotel for Philly. So I don't know. I think it's the same hotel, right? There's a place around the corner, the club quarters, I think it's called. It's way cheaper, actually, and it's literally around the corner from the hotel. But I think they've been at this hotel in Philly for a few years. Yeah, the parking is real expensive in Philadelphia. So I was hearing a lot of grousing about some of the pen shows not being in the city that they're associated with, and all that kind of stuff. But it's when you're in a city, it costs a shitload to park and stuff. It's a pain in the butt. That's why they put them outside. It also makes the hotel expensive. Come on, Mike. I'll bring you some Hershey chocolate. Make to Philly. Look, I'll probably make it to Philly, but the chocolate's not going to be the thing that makes me go. A small bottle and a ridiculous amount. Dope. JJ, tell Bert that. Bert is not in charge of the Philly show anymore. The Philly show is now run by Scott Franklin of Franklin Christoph and Erica Roscoe. They're running it now. Bert's not running it. So talk to them. But I don't think they changed it anytime recently. Baby seal, probably not. Oh, Baltimore. Oh, yeah, no, that's Bert's. I don't know anything about Baltimore. I've never been to the Baltimore show, so I couldn't tell you. Inner Harbor. Yeah, I got nothing. Yeah, Chicago has expensive parking, too, and hotels and all that. I've been there a couple of times. Some of the authors series in Diatramentus. That's what I got, actually, too. Those are what I have on deck. Which initially I found really boring, but now I'm liking them. Kind of think it was muted quality. Well, that doesn't make me look forward to them, honestly, but cool. I know they're in one of these racks here. Let's see. Are these Diatramentus? No, this is actually Organic Studio. This is, I didn't actually know I had these in here, but means I probably ought to do something with them. What are these? These are all Iroshizuku and Mont Blancs. Anyway, I've got some Diatramentus, and I think they're from that series, so. I know people don't want to spend money on hotels, and showrunners know that stuff too. That's, you know, nobody wants to, because the showrunner's spending money too to stay there, and they know that the more it costs, the more they have to charge for tables, and it cuts down on people coming. But I think the Philly show, it has a. I take that back. I don't know anything about it. I think I've heard that some of these shows have contracts, like the DC show, and some of these others have like longer term contracts or something. But I don't really know. I don't know if I've heard that about Philly or not. I don't know anything about Baltimore. Oh, well, that files an abuse claim. Yeah. My gripe with Organic Studio is that when Tyler was making those in the beginning, he was really slipshod with how different batches were. And so you'd have different batches of the same color ink that would be vastly different colors. And when the stories I've heard were all like, people, like the vendors be like, hey, this isn't the same ink color. Be like, yep, there's a variation. That's where it goes. And it's kind of blithe and kind of jerky about it. And so I just didn't, I don't know. And then I had a couple of the red ones like absolutely clot on me back in the day. So I don't know, I was a little leery of them, and I didn't love any of them. Although, there are a couple that were really good, like the Arsenic Gray was really good. The, I want to say Jane Austen or something was like a really nice purple, but I'd buy them and I'd be disappointed, and so I just like there's too many good inks out there for me to, you know, go sort of scattershot on Organic Studios. I don't know. Hotel parking is free in Chicago? I would be shocked. Could be, but it would be shocked. Let's see. Hotel parking. Oh, huh. I don't know. It wasn't the first year that hotel in Chicago. It was at least the second, but it was not the first for sure. JJ seems to know more than I do about Chicago. Oh, wait, Chicago. Man, I was thinking Philly. See, look what you're doing to me, Thomas. I'm dying here, Tom. Yeah, Chicago, I don't know because I didn't drive. We flew to that one, so I have no idea. I think we got a bus or something, or got a van or something to get to the hotel. I have no idea what the parking was like in Chicago. But Chicago, that show was really nice, and the hotel was real cool. I think that was at least the second year. Yeah, but yeah, it is in the suburbs. Yeah. But it was a really good placement for the hotel too. Like, I don't know if we even ate at the hotel now that I think about it. I think we just went out because there's a big shopping. I'm trying, Tom. I'm trying. My brain is fried, bro. There was a lot of stuff nearby. There are all kinds of, eateries and all that kind of stuff right around the corner at this big shopping center thing. So that was cool. I hope I get to go back to Chicago. That would be neat. But I haven't heard anything about what next semester is going to be like, so I don't know. We'll see. Young man. Tom, it's got to be finals time for you too, man, right? Tom is also a professor, not of philosophy, but of other things. And I know you got to be doing some grading. You got to be in the midst of the terribleness that is grading everybody's everything right at the end. So I am frazzled. That's my normal state during the most of November, and also like a lot of April, which is not great because there's 2 pin shows in April, I think. I was just putting pin shows in my planner here, and it seems like there are a bunch of them right in that time frame. So Chicago is actually in May this year, which is fun. Yeah, so in April, the 13th through the 15th is the Atlanta show, and then the 21st and 22nd is the Long Island show. So those are back-to-back shows. That's crazy. Baltimore is in March. I've never been to Baltimore. Also, Arkansas is in March. Huh. Interesting. I don't... Cool. Cool. Anyway. So, keep up. Yeah, fingers crossed to bump into some of you guys in Chicago. Yeah, man, if you come to Chicago, if I go to Chicago, I will probably be working with Franklin Christoph because I don't like to fly myself to shows if I can help it. It's expensive, and I don't mind talking about pins with people. You want to come up here, Clipsy? Meh. I tell you, these cats are going to be pin show regulars, or podcast regulars. No, if you're going to be up here, I have to hold you. There's no room for you on the desk. You'll be okay. All right, then you're getting down. You want to be fidgety? This is Clipsy Cat. She's a bit of a pistol. She really wants to be up here, but she wants to be on the literal 2 inches of desk that's available. You are not that skinny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you can't. All right, get down then. Man, she was not into it. Let's see. Just a university student. Cool. Oh, Fire Dog, yeah. Finish up your final project for Chinese. Bluch. Thomas, I don't do touchy-feely stuff. You ask my students, there is no touchy-feely in my class. No, that is not that. Real topics. John, you an English professor? That's pretty cool. Dallas moved to be back-to-back with Denver now? Is that right? I know it's at the end of September this year. July, August, September, Dallas. Dang, it is. Yeah, that sucks. Whew. Well, that's going to be rough for people that drive to both. I wonder if like the Andersons are just going to drive to Dallas and then just stay in Colorado because there's no point in driving to both of those and then going home in the middle. Colorado comes first. I don't know. The Dallas show was a real big show. But yeah, I remember them saying something about the Dallas show, like they'd have to move it because there were some holidays or something that moved that like sort of float around in that area, and they had to move the show for or something like that. I don't really know. Someone tell me how to close the emoji window? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, are you on your phone? If so, then you should be able. There should be like a little down arrow somewhere, or just like poke the video, and it might go away. I don't really know. Don't know. So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Dallas is a way bigger show. Like, I hate to say that, Colorado folks, but Dallas is a huge show and a pretty good one. So it's not like, I bet there's not much overlap between the clientele at Dallas and the people that go to Colorado. Just the vendors. So, oh, the chat window on YouTube. I don't have to tell you about that. Sorry, I don't know. No idea. No idea. So like I went to Dallas this last year and I didn't really see any of the pin populace that I see at the Colorado show or anything like that. Like, there just really doesn't seem to be much overlap between the two. And really, I didn't see very many people at all that I knew in Dallas. I'm kind of glad my family showed up because I was just like wandering around there. I didn't know anybody, which is kind of weird. Except for like Caribbean Sky is a local, and there are a few others that are locals, but like they don't go to Colorado, so whatever. Keyboard icon on the bottom. Yeah, my chat looks way different than y'all's. I can't help you. Oh, I should change the name of this thing. I need a new title. Mike is Loopy. There. Let's take a few minutes to like. Yeah, I really got to go in like 10 minutes because I got too much stuff to go on right now. But I really want to take a minute and thank those of you who are patrons and those of you who have hit up my my PayPal link to send me some like holiday cheer in appreciation of the stuff I do on this channel. That is super awesome. I haven't really been using my Patreon funds for a long time because I I don't know, I just hadn't. And so I decided to use some of them for a bunch of the stuff that I've gotten recently that I'm going to be having on the blog and the channel. And that makes me really, it gets really awesome to be able to get stuff for the channel from like using the resources that people that enjoy the stuff give me, which is awesome. So those of you who are my patrons, thank you so much for thinking enough of what I do here to like send me a buck or two or 5 or 10 a month. That's amazing. And your generosity is super appreciated. And, you know, cheers. Thanks very much. I didn't buy this beer with that. I only buy pin stuff, I promise. What else do I have for pen news? I think there's some other stuff. Things that are coming up on the blogs shortly. There are a couple of posts that I've been meaning to do, and one of them is about like pen cases and such, like this. You know, this Knox Sinclair, and then I've got the Seed, and I've got the rickshaw ones I need to talk about, and I've got you know, several of those kind of things I need to do. I've also got a gonna buy a Conid now. The Patreon is not that strong. No, the Patreon really kicks up, sure, but it's like $1,000. That would be I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. I don't know. Don't know. Let's see. John, taking off. See ya, man. Probably Dallas has always been at the end of September for many years. They moved this year for the Jewish holidays, and now moving back to the end of the year. Stubborn their slot. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's right. They did move it to the beginning for the Jewish holidays. I forget which ones, but yeah, that's right. But was it back to back 3 years ago? 2 years ago? I don't remember it being back to back 2 years ago, but I don't know. I don't know. But really, I mean, Dallas was there first, so maybe Colorado's got to move back a couple of weeks. I don't know if there's anything else in that month, is there? September, Dallas. Yeah, there are no other, look at this. There are no other pin shows in all of October. Colorado could take any other weekend it wanted. Maybe not the last one, because then the Ohio show's after that. But they can move it a few weeks. Make it easier on folks. I don't know. Maybe Ed will. Maybe they won't. Who knows what's going to go on. But I think you ever go to a pen show, so probably have to go alone. Every I know who likes fountain pens are not addicts like you. Don't be afraid to go to a pin show by yourself. I don't know what local pin show might, or what the pin show might be local to you, but don't worry about going by yourself. You'll meet people there. If you talk to people about pens, the thing about a pen show is that the people who are there are probably pen addicts just like you, and like me, and like Tom, who's such a pen addict that he now sells Pelican pens. I mean, we're all cut from the same cloth, more or less, and so we're good folks to hang out with. I mean, you might see Jessie up there at a show. She's very friendly. Go up and say hi. Come to a table, talk to a vendor, find a YouTube personality or a blogger or somebody. Don't be afraid to go by yourself. I've met some people who have gone by themselves. Like, this is my first pin show and I don't know anybody. I'm like, cool, let's meet some people. And you know, I love to introduce people to others. Ralph isn't in the chat, I don't think, but my buddy Ralph, I met him last year in Chicago. Yeah, Chicago. And he was like, he's there by himself. He was pretty shy. And I was like, let's meet all the people. I may have given him like overload or whatever, but now he's on the BYOB podcast. Just be friends with people and we'll all be cool. Yeah, like Sandra says, just walk up to people and say, hey, I'm so-and-so and I like this stuff. What do you like? Or, hey, did you find anything cool at this show? Or, you know, look at this thing I just got. We're all pretty receptive to that. Yeah, so definitely show up. Definitely show up. Oh, you're in the UK? Yeah, I'm... oh, Glasgow? Well, that sounds like fun enough on its own. But yeah, I don't know anybody over there. I don't know, hit up iMike from the Pin Addict podcast. He probably goes to the London Pin Show. I've never been over there. I think it would be awesome. I don't know about London vendors, but they're probably nice enough. I mean, for Londoners, I don't know what thing... I've never been to England, so I don't know. But it's probably nice. I don't know. I think there are a couple others in the UK, but I don't really keep track of those since that's too far for me. But, you know, still, go to a pin show. If you have the chance, go to a pin show. That's my advice. Also, if you have a friend who likes fountain pens but isn't an addict yet, bring them to a pen show. Maybe they become an addict. Just an advice, a little bit of that. Should bring a pen show to Glasgow? I would be willing to go to a pen show in Glasgow if somebody bought me a ticket. I don't know what it costs to fly to Glasgow. Let's see. What's the name of it? Let's see. Raleigh to... the last one I looked up was Poland, because I was seeing what it would cost to go to Wrocław, Poland. Glasgow. Oh, there's two. Well, we'll try this one. It's thinking about it. Kayak is slow. Enable always. We need a button or a sticker or something that says enable always. I don't know. It might have to be very specific. Good to see you, Angel. Well, hopefully we'll meet you in Philly. Huh. Kayak is really working hard to find any flights from... here we go. Yeah, it's like $1,000. I probably won't be flying myself to Glasgow. I don't... I'd have to run a Kickstarter like Brad and Mike do in order to do that. But yeah, it could be fun. Could be fun. Our advice, that's pretty funny. The kayak site has a little thing about advice, like should you buy one now? And their advice is the little thing that goes like this with the ANSI characters. That's pretty funny. It's the shrug. Nice, real nice. Conan or Glasgow? Yeah, right. That's the choice. That's the choice. Yep. All right, it is officially 5 o'clock, and we've been going for about an hour. So I'm gonna sign off because I've got to accomplish some more things before I need to take a nap. Frankly, it's been a long week, man. So anyway, thank you very much for coming to hang out with me. I appreciate it. Live long and prosper. Spay and neuter your pets. Think about what you put out in the world. Make it a better place. And I'll see y'all later. Y'all take care. Bye now.